Hey guys, what's going on? It's the next day. Next day. Who am I kidding? I have 3 kids and a wife. Next day actually turned out to be like 4 days later. But we're getting stuff done, so that's good. Today we are going to degrease all of the things and get them prepped for changing stuff out and removing ball joints, painting, all that stuff. If you're interested in anything I'm using, let me know. All of my links will be in the description. So you just, on your phone, open up, click that little down arrow, and I will list out all the things that I'm using that I think you guys might be interested in. So go for that, and let me know what you think of this stuff. Now, I'm not responsible for anything breaking or anything like that. I'm literally just a messenger. So don't hate me if it's if something happens with the actual company you purchase it from. That is not me. Stay tuned. We're gonna get to degreasing and pressure washing this stuff. One down, 3 to go. That's some thick old grease. Now it is all, for the most part, degreased. I actually have to go to work, so I'm sure you can understand how frustrating that is in the middle of a job, but you got to do what you got to do. So, got as much as I could. I'm going to end up taking the steering knuckles off. Control arm bushings. I already have one out. I needed to practice. I had never done it before, and I didn't want to give you really bad information. Only slightly bad. But if you're watching this, you probably know what you're doing, and likely screaming at me because I'm learning. This bushing is the second type, at least when I look it up, that's what they call it, the GM second production or second type, can't remember the exact name. But second type means this bushing is ovular, not round, like its friend over there, or the first type, which are also round. Alright, so with these round bushings, I found that you need to press out the center metal bushing before you try to press out the rubber. At least in my setup, this is the setup that I have. It's definitely hanging on by a thread there. And then the heat. The heat definitely helped. There it is. It was in there sizzling. You can tell where my heat was and where it wasn't. So I'll have to go in there with a wire brush and clean all that out. But yeah, there's another one down. I'm going to get this other ovular one down and then we'll be good. That's fun. Messed up my straight line there. It's pretty gnarly. That's how you know that bushing was absolutely destroyed. Okay, here we have the cup set up in the press here. pushing on the shoulder of the ball joint. We're pushing this ball joint through into this cup. Took me the better part of an hour and a half to figure out how I wanted to set this up. We shall see how it works. We only have to do 2 of these, so hopefully it's 2 and done. I think that was it, folks. And there goes everything. Yeah, so this cup is as big as the hole. So I'm not going to be able to use it to push it the rest of the way. I will take my big socket and do it that way. Well, it's out, completely out. I just have to get the receiver housing off. Be right back. There's our old ball joint. She's toast. I actually had to go with a diamond bit drip tip on a rotary tool, and you can see I kind of have like, it's shiny metal here. It should be rusted and stuff like that. The shoulder, this is called the shoulder. This shoulder material was actually bubbled out, and so the receiver cup would go over the exterior, but it wouldn't go further, and it needs to sit all the way in there like that to fully receive it. That's going to be the same issue, the issue that I ran into when I was like, oh, well, maybe this isn't right, yada yada. I was going back and forth, and I actually went back to the C-clamp idea. This wouldn't fit, all of my cups wouldn't fit in the C-clamp because the receiver cup was getting jammed up here. So I had to go in with a rotary tool and go all the way around it to try to drop that shoulder down. I'm imagining I'm going to have to do the same thing with the other ball joint, but this is super exciting. This is was definitely the hardest part that of my day that I planned to have. So I'm going to get the other one knocked out real quick, and then I'm going to move on to showing you how to take the upper ball joints off. There goes the old ball joint. Alright, this is what I'm doing. Just trying to get these rivets busted through just this plate. I don't need them all the way out. I just wanted them through this plate. So right now I'm drilling through this one. I'm gonna get these 2. I tried with a grinder, didn't really do that much. I think just a little bit of drilling, a little bit of hammering, massaging, and I'll get through them. I'm gonna put you down. See you guys after I'm done with this ball joint. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought it would, but it's out. See all those broken bits? Yeah, I'm not very happy about that. Tried drilling, tried grinding, and what ended up being it was a combination of the drilling, the grinding, and chiseling on the ground right here. Not super fun. I got another one to do. I'm gonna knock that out real quick, and then I'll see you back here for the bushings and the alignment arm. That sounds right. All right, this time I had a little bit more faith in my grinding ability, and these came out without even needing to drill. So I guess sometimes you just gotta trust yourself. Yeah, this is a little marred up, and I could have done better. But first time, and happened a lot faster. A lot faster by like a couple hours than the first one. So grind until you see circles like this. But if you're like me and you only have a 4-inch grinder, you have to do a combination of, I ground lines in it as much as I could without trying to hack up too much of the sides. And then I took a chisel and took off the edges, trying not to waller out these holes at all, just taking off that edge so you're not coming in hard, you're coming in just under that edge of the rivet and popping it. And these two came off very quickly. These two obviously harder to get to. Took a little bit more patience with grinding and got to it. So now we're going to get on to taking these out. I actually saw a really cool method of doing this on, believe it or not, YouTube. So I have that tool, and we're going to see what we can do with that. I already loosened these when I was taking it off the car. Basically, we're trying to get this cup off of this lip. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this air chisel and bap that thing out of there. Real quick, public service announcement. See that? Right there. That is from an angle grinder when I was cutting out the rivets. I got a little too carried away because I was wearing my gloves, and in your gloves sometimes you can feel invincible. And I was grinding, and I was kind of holding like this, and then I kind of switched to one of these positions, and I felt a little tickle on my knuckle, and I was like, oh, and it was just a split second, and it came through. Now this is cloth, but still, I mean, just be really careful. Angle grinders are not something you play with. No joke. But they are quite useful. All of our suspension parts look like this. Big, gaping holes. Yep. So, I'm going to take a wire wheel to all these things. I'm going to paint them. I'm going to clean up any burrs. I'm going to have them ready for the new stuff to go in. Right now, we might be waiting a little bit on shipping. So, stay tuned. Hopefully, we don't have an issue, but there could be some waiting involved. There might be a couple other videos that come out in between us finishing this up, but this will get done. I'm very excited. Part of it is a combination of, I know the kit that I want, and I was waiting until I could afford it. And then it's, I'm trying to find center links because my center link is not reusable. So center link, some websites have it for $140. Other websites have it for $60. So, but if you do the $60 one, you're waiting 2 weeks to ship. So it's like, do I have time, money? What do I do? Anyway, I hope I'm providing you all value. I hope you're getting a lot out of these things. If you're just getting entertainment from it, I want to know that too. I encourage all of my subscribers and anyone who's not subscribed, throw a comment down there. Let me know what I'm doing right. Let me know what I'm not doing so well. I take any and all feedback. If you're not subscribed, please do so. It lets me know that I'm doing kind of the right thing and I'm on the right path. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And I don't want to waste it with videos that I may think are cool, but you guys aren't actually enjoying. So let me know, and I hope you're shifted. Also, we had a conversation starter in the group that I have invited all of the people who have liked the page on Facebook to join. So if you're not in that group, check your invites. You've been invited. We had a conversation started this last week when you think about a classic car, what comes to mind? We had two winners based on the number of likes for the coolest car. We had Hillary Iceland Thomas with the 65 Chevy pickup here. And we had Mark Lugiano, I believe that's how you pronounce it, with the 66 Ford Mustang Fastback. Thanks for your participation. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for more conversation starters if you want more shoutouts in the videos.